Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, and today we're gonna talk about my thoughts on Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I'm gonna say it right away, this one is the best of the Guardians movies in my opinion. I'm gonna try and spoil as little as possible, but there will be some in this video. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Well, first up, let's talk about the main characters, the main member of the Guardians team, plus Gamora. I liked each of their story arcs, but I have to say the one I loved the most was Rocket. The backstory of what happened to Rocket with the High Evolutionary had me almost in tears. I really felt like the James Gunn did the right thing with explaining Rocket's origin. We really understand his character even more now, what he have to go through. We had some knowledge of what he went through, but this movie showed how bad it really was. And Groot, of course, is Groot, but the second best of the Guardians, in my opinion, is Nebula. I really loved what James Gunn did with her. Of course, she's still that angry person like she's always been, but I feel like this had more depth to her character, more than just being the angry one. I like how he did her character in this movie. He really understand how to flesh out characters. As for Mantis and Drax, their characters was well done as well. I really like Drax's conclusion that he staying in Norway to be a father to those new kids the Guardian rescued, and having Nebula to help him. Mantis going on her own to learn more about herself. And Peter Quill, I feel like Peter Quill could have been done a little bit better, but I didn't hate his character. I liked the conclusion to him that he returned to his grandfather. After all of the Guardians and plus Gamora was done well. Gamora, I'm not gonna say so much about her because I feel like there's not that much to say. She started out disliking the Guardians to like them and not joining them. So I'm not gonna say much more about her. As for some of the other characters that was introduced in this movie, like Adam Warlock, who started out as a villain and then become a hero, I wasn't that big fan of the character, but I didn't hate him either. As for the character Kraglin, I'm not sure if I said that right, but who cares? He, I think, did a decent job. Unfortunately, there wasn't that much but to learn to use his weapon and in this movie, in my opinion. So I don't have much to say about, but I like the way he and Cosmo interact. And Cosmo, those four on the screen right now, was the best of them all. Again, Pela, a great addition. Unfortunately, there's not enough to say about her. I don't have enough to say if the character is good or bad in the MCU. I'm hoping to learn more about the character in the future, but all in all, I like how each of those characters was set up. I think they're all going to be great characters in the future. And in this movie, they all did decently well. As for the villains, we have Ayesha in this movie, but I didn't like the character that much in this movie. But the same cannot be said for the High Evolutionary. God is not real. That's why I stepped in. That in itself shows massive ego. But it's not just his ego and his God complex that make this character great. This character, in my opinion, is pure evil. He's willing to destroy an entire race if he doesn't feel like they have reached a point of being perfect. And the torture he put on Rocket was just cruel. There was a moment where I thought he might not be as bad as I thought, but that was quickly proven wrong. He's nothing but an evil villain. He feels like that type of villain to just be evil for the sake of being evil, but for once I don't have that much of a problem with it. I actually feel like that fits his character even more. Having ego, an obsession of making things perfect, and Rocket says it himself. You didn't want to make things perfect. You just hated things the way they were. And that is the character. Great doesn't want to make things perfect. He just hates how things are. And that fit the character well. And when Rocket attacked him in one of the flashbacks, it really was what he deserved. And the way he lost to the Guardians really proved how much of a pathetic loser he really is in the end. Now let's talk about the story. The story was great in my opinion. It was simple, but not as simple as the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and I think that helped the movie. There is a few twists here and there, but then again, it's a pretty simple story. It's about Rocket being wounded, and the Guardians have to rescue him, and we learn a lot about Rocket's past. And the Guardians go to different places in search of how to rescue Rocket. They're being pursued by Adam Warlock. The High Evolutionary want Rocket's brain. Rocket might be the only one that can be smarter than him, so that's why he wants Rocket. And that's pretty much how the story goes. It's simple, but it's good. And that's one of the reasons why I like it so much. And of course, hearing Rocky's first word, it hurts. It really was heartbreaking. And as I said earlier, the High Evolutionary may be one of the most evil villains in the MCU. Maybe not the most evil, but one of them. And that's why we love to hate him. This movie did a really great job. I will give the story itself an 8 out of 8. But you will soon see the real ranking I have for this movie. As for the score, I give it a 9 out of 10. And that's it for this video. Do you agree with me? Do you think this movie is a 9 out of 10? Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope to see you guys again next time.